Okay, we're going to make a spinach chicken salad, and it has fresh spinach, chicken, cut up cubed chicken, rotini, it has green grapes, snow peas, cucumber. You can put artichokes, I don't. Green onions, and the dressing is a vinaigrette with oil, apple cider vinegar, and sugar. That's it. But I could graze on this thing for days. It is so good, and it makes a huge bowl. So it's really good for you salad. I call it the family salad because when we get together as a family, we would always make this salad. Someone inevitably will bring this salad, so it's called the family salad in our family anyhow. So I have my chicken. I just cooked 3 chicken breasts, and then when I knew they were almost done, I put them on my cutting board and just chopped them into pieces. So I cooked them, and I always like to use Mrs. Dash. For some reason, I just love all of the seasoning blend. Mrs. Dash has onion, spices, black pepper, parsley, celery seed, basil, bay, marjoram, oregano, savory, thyme, cayenne pepper, coriander, cumin, mustard, rosemary, garlic, carrot, orange peel, tomato, lemon juice, powder. So it's got a lot of flavor to it, Mrs. Dash. So this is just the original blend is what I use. And I like to season my chicken with that. So I'm going to show you how I cut a cucumber. For the cucumber, I like to de-seed the cucumber. So I've just heard that cucumber seed causes belching. So anyhow, so just cut the cucumber in half lengthwise, and then you can see all the seeds. So just take a spoon and spoon those out and discard those. Actually, you know what, I did this wrong, because first you would want to peel your cucumber. And it doesn't matter if you don't get all of the peel off. I mean, it is edible. And a little bit of that dark green will add to the color of the salad, so it doesn't have to be completely peeled. So then take your spoon and just de-seed the cucumber by just kind of running your spoon down the middle, and you get all those seeds out of there. And do the same. And there you have it. So then I would just chop these up. I would just cut them in half again, cut them in half again, and kind of cut the ends off. Cut the ends off, and then just chop it. Good. Okay, so there you have your chopped cucumber, your de-seeded chopped cucumber. Okay, so I have already halved about 2 cups of green grapes. Cut those in half, and you can just start throwing all this stuff into a huge bowl. I have this 32 cup bowl that I like to use for this salad, because again, it makes a lot. So just put your grapes in there. I have already, I have about a cup of snow peas that I cut in half, because I just think I don't know, a whole snow pea is kind of a mouthful when you want to get a little bit of everything on your fork. So I cut them in half. You can cut them into thirds. Add those. I'm going to add my cucumber that we de-seeded and chopped. And now we are going to cut celery, and I'm going to use 3 stalks of celery and green onions, just a bunch of green onions. So this is how I cut the onions. My sister-in-law yelled at me one time for not using the whole. I used to use just the white part. This is before I knew that I'm supposed to use the green part too. So cut the whole thing. I just cut the ends off and get those out of the way, and then just start chopping. I don't have the best knife either. I need to get me some sharp knives. But just keep chopping these. Okay, so you have your green onion, and now we're going to chop the celery same way. Get rid of the ends. Get rid of these big ends. Sometimes I like to cut huge pieces of celery down the middle like that, so they're not so big. So I'm just going to cut them and then just chop them up. Have our celery. This salad is so good the next day. I mean, so what if your spinach is wilted? It is so good. I could graze on this for days, like I said. Okay, so to make the dressing, we're just going to add a ½ cup of vegetable oil. You can use olive oil, canola, and then a ¼ cup of sugar. You can use less sugar too. 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm going to go heavy on the lemon juice. And you're supposed to use fresh parsley, but I didn't have that, so I'm just going to use some of my handy dandy Mrs. Dash. And stir that together. You could get a lidded container and shake this. That would work too. So this is your dressing. That's all there is to that. Okay, so I have drained my rotini and rinsed it with cold water. I'm going to add that to the big bowl. And if you don't have a salad spinner, I suggest you invest in one. They're probably not too expensive. Just because it says it's triple washed on the package doesn't mean that it's not, tainted or, needs to be washed again. So, I have washed my baby spinach and just a whole bag of spinach. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stop here and cut off some of these stems, most of the stems. Okay, so I just took all of the stems. I just basically broke them off. And then what I did was I took the spinach and just tore it into littler pieces. And then you can add your chicken. So we'll add that. And now the fun part, we get to toss this all together. Hey, guess what? I forgot to add white wine vinegar to the dressing. Important step. You know what? We're just going to add a couple tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I don't have white wine vinegar, so apple cider vinegar should work just fine. I made this in separated it in 2 bowls because I'm giving one to my husband to take to work. Aren't I a good wife? Okay, so we're just going to do that and stir it up. You know, sometimes you have to improvise. Add a little bit of salt and mix it in. Okay, so thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy the spinach chicken salad. Eat it often. It is a pain to make. There's a lot of chopping involved, but it's so good and so good for you. So enjoy.